Hi friends, Steve here on Carroll Avenue, actually the block of 1300 Carroll Avenue, which is famous for all of its Victorian homes. And these are some really beautiful homes. It's very sunny here right now. I decided to find a little bit of shade here. Hopefully you can see me. Hopefully it's not too shady. Anyway, at the end of the block over here, down the end of the block this way, is the home where Michael Jackson's Thriller was filmed, and then a number of other movies and TV shows have also been filmed here on this street, and I'll show you the homes. I'm going to walk up one side of the street and then down the other side of the street. It's 2 blocks from the freeway. I got here earlier this morning and it was completely fogged in. You couldn't see anything. It was really ugly, so I thought I would wait until the fog burned off and come back, so that's why I'm back here now. That's downtown Los Angeles there in the distance, and this neighborhood is called Angeleno Heights. It was one of the very first residential neighborhoods in the city, and today it's one of the last neighborhoods where you can still find Victorian homes here. Carroll Avenue is located between the 101 Hollywood Freeway on the south and Sunset Boulevard on the north. At the east end of Carroll Avenue is this street here, which is East Edgewood Road. But I'm going to start at the other end of Carroll Avenue at Douglas Street. Right here on the northeast corner is a home that appeared in the TV show Mad Men, which aired from 2007 to 2015. And right next door to the right is the home that was used in Michael Jackson's Thriller music video. Right across the street is a sign that reads, "Highest concentration of Victorian-era residences. Cultural Heritage Board monuments, 51 and 52 and 73 through 79. In a city that bulldozes so much of its history, I'm really happy to see that these historic homes have managed to survive. Since I've been here, lots of people have been driving by, sightseeing, just like me. There it is, the Thriller house. Michael Jackson's Thriller house, looking pretty much just like it did when the music video was made. And look at this house behind me. I mean, wouldn't this be a fun neighborhood to go trick-or-treating in at Halloween? Somehow I don't think this year too many people will be doing that, but on a normal year, I bet they really decorate and go all out for Halloween. The Thriller album was released on November 30th, 1982, and went on to become the biggest selling album in music history. The music video was released a year later in December of 1983. The scenes that were shot here were filmed at night, and they were the last scenes in the video, but the house was clearly visible, and I wonder if the neighbors got to watch from across the street. If anyone happens to know, please share with us in the comments section down below. I don't know if it's ever been used as a filming location, but the house directly across the street is one of the most eye-catching on the street. And I just happened to look down and notice that right in front of the house at the sidewalk is a memorial plaque that reads, "In fond remembrance, Bill Suter, a pioneer in the restoration of Carroll Avenue, completed his work May 8th, 2000. I assume that this beautiful home once belonged to him." And if anyone watching happens to recognize this home from a movie or TV show, please share that with us in the comments section as well. Back across the street, 2 homes east or to the right of the Thriller house, is the Victorian manor that was used in the TV show Charmed. The IMDb website also lists the 1974 movie Earthquake and the 1999 movie Deuce, Bigelow, Male Gigolo as films that were also shot on this street. Apparently, filming has been taking place here since the very early days of Hollywood. And according to their website, the Los Angeles Conservancy offers guided walking tours of the street and even includes interior tours. You can check out their website for complete details. I never watched the show, but Charmed, a supernatural fantasy drama about 3 sisters who are good witches, was apparently pretty popular, airing for 8 seasons from 1998 to 2006. It starred Shannon Doherty, Holly Marie Combs, and Alyssa Milano, and it was filmed right here at this house, at least the exteriors. It sounds like it might be fun to watch on Halloween, since there probably won't be a lot of trick-or-treating going on this year. And it's really nice to see that renovation continues to this very day on these beautiful mansions. And just a couple of doors down to the right, I noticed another plaque, and this one says that the vintage street lighting was dedicated May 17th, 1981. The plaque reads, "A gift to the street and to the city of Los Angeles commemorating its bicentennial. From the Carroll Avenue Restoration Foundation, sponsors Security Pacific Bank and Walt Disney Productions." Until today, I never really thought about how old Los Angeles was, and I had no idea that it was founded September 4th, 1781. The homes on the street only date back to the 1870s and 80s. That makes them around 150 years old, which is young compared to the age of the city. I guess everything is relative, right? Some of you may recognize the smaller Queen Anne-style cottage across the street from the 2006 Adam Sandler movie, Grandma's Boy. There's another historic plaque in front of this home as well, and I'll read it for those of you watching on small devices. It says 1300 block Carroll Avenue, a street of houses designed in the Eastlake and Queen Anne styles of the late 19th century, exhibiting the finest collection of Victorian domestic architecture remaining in Los Angeles from their vantage point on Angeleno Heights. These houses have watched the city change, showing us where we have been, giving meaning to our dynamic growth. Houses declared historic cultural monuments by the Cultural Heritage Board, Municipal Arts Department, City of Los Angeles. In 1976, they were also listed on the National Register of Historic Places. And just to give you a little bit of perspective, the first American gasoline-powered automobile wasn't even designed and manufactured until the 1890s, about a decade after these homes were built. And looking at this vintage 1960s or 1970s era Ford reminds me that the first Model T didn't roll off the assembly line until 1908, some 3 decades after these homes were first built. This also helps explain the horse hitching posts that you see as you walk up and down the street. More than 100 years later, it's almost impossible to look back and imagine traveling by horse and buggy in downtown Los Angeles. Sadly gone with the horse and buggy are the talented craftsmen of yesteryear. Look at these beautiful carved figures guarding the front door. They look a lot like bats to me. Now we just have to settle for holiday yard decorations to scare away the solicitors and the nosy neighbors. As I mentioned earlier, Carroll Avenue is just 2 blocks north of the Hollywood freeway, which you see here. This is what it looked like this morning before the sun rose and burned off all the fog. And one thing I really like about destinations like this is that parking is very easy. There's parking all over. This is a residential neighborhood, and there don't seem to be very many restrictions except parking on days when they pick up the trash or do street cleaning. So very easy to visit, very easy to park, and a really nice, pleasant, short walk. It's a very short street here. All right, so until our next trip down memory lane together, happy travels, everyone.